The divine in me bows to the divine in you. Every word that comes out of me is from that universal consciousness. Who am I? Who am I? What is my real nature? Everybody is confused in this point. Am I this body? Somebody named me as Maitreya. Am I that? I got qualified with some degrees. Am I that? Am I the family that I belong to? What am I? Who am I? This is the question to everybody in the existence. All our pursuits of spirituality are only because of that. Why at all a spirituality is required to a human being? As a human being, everybody wants health, happiness, harmony, peace. These are the basic things that are required. But somehow, when we miss them, then the whole trouble starts. Why is somebody not happy? Everybody is searching for happiness. We think that we are miserable. The whole of humanity says there is suffering and misery. Any scripture you call, of any religion, out of all the 300 religions in the world, what have they given us? Is it something of the truth towards that health, towards that happiness, towards that peace, harmony? Something is missing. All the masters, whatever they said was right, whether it is Krishna, whether it is Jesus, whether it is Buddha, anybody, what they said was right. But what is the present state of the religion? What they taught was forgotten. If you call them as the doctors for your disease called suffering and misery, and they have prescribed something, rather than practicing the prescriptions, we have repeated the names of the medicines what they have prescribed. Innumerable times we have repeated, but are we practicing any of them? Every word that is uttered by Krishna, Jesus, Muhammad, it contains the same thing. Krishna consciousness, Christ consciousness, or Buddhahood, it is one and the same. Where is the problem? The problem is not lies, does not lie in what they said. It lies in how we have practiced their prescription. Every religion talked about love, but what you find is hatred. Every religion talked about peace, but what you find is war. Why? They have talked about, it is not the information that is important, it is the transformation that is important. Every mystic, every master talked about only consciousness. What to do with how you have to evolve in your consciousness. But rather than working with our consciousness, we are just much bothered about the body of religion. The body of religion is gross, the mind of religion is little subtler, and the spirit of religion is the essential thing that is important. But are we into that, the spirit of religion? The spirituality begins where the religion ends. Every religion, whatever religion, you call it as Sanatana Dharma, Islam, Christianity, Sufism, Hasidism, Buddhism, anything, they talked about the inner transformation. But inner transformation is completely forgotten by everybody. We are not interested in the fragrance of the flower. We are not interested in the music of the veena. We talk in terms of the lights you have. One is a candle light or a incandescent light or a tube light. But the essential thing that is behind every instrument is electricity, the divinity. But are we into that? We have forgotten the essential things. The inner being is forgotten. The core of our being is forgotten. We are more into the becoming rather than the being. The inner being, which everybody calls as the inner self, is different from what today we hear from all the spiritual masters. The body of religion is connected with the rituals. Each religion has a different ritual. Each religion has a different language, a Sanskrit, Arabic, or a Hebrew. These are not the important things. Somebody wears a different dress, a different attire, a different mustache, or a different beard. This is not the religion. Do you think God has created different countries? All the countries are one and the same. The whole universe, the whole existence is one entity. It is not that India is one separate God. In Saudi Arabia there is another God. In America there is one more God. Or in Southeast Asia there is another God. There are no different gods. There is only godliness. Godliness is different from God. God is not a person. God is the presence. It is, how can you miss it? God is the space of no boundary. Everything is God. Everything is godliness. It is something like the fish which is living in the ocean but is thinking about the water. Where does it exist? You can't miss it any way. The sky is the roof of this temple. The whole existence is the temple. The stars are the lights in front of that God. The sun and moon are like the camphor. The fragrance that comes out of each flower and all the trees is the agarbatti. The dancing of the animals, the music of the rivers is the prayer. How can you exclude God anywhere? Everything is God. There is nothing. God is not like a politician who wants sycophants around him. Jindabad Rama or Jindabad Allah or Jindabad Jesus. We have mistook what the mystics said. Jesus, when he said, "My Father in the heaven," what does it mean? Someone behind Jesus. Krishna, when he said Satchitananda, same thing. And Muhammad said Allah, it is the same thing. The universal consciousness is one and the same. Gods are not creating geographical boundaries. They are not like the emperors. They are not like the kings who are keeping a zone, and this they call it as my kingdom. It is far behind. Each mystic, each master was going towards the apex of the mountain, the peak of the mountain from different directions. The goal, the destination is only the peak, the enlightenment, the nirvana, the moksha, the union. Atma, Jivatma or Paratma or Paramatma, it is all within, all within. Basic problem in a human being is the mind. The mind is a social concept. Mind is coming in between the body and soul. What does this mind contain? In Upanishads it is said, Vritti pravaha iti manaha. The flow of thoughts is your mind. But are you the mind? You are the space between the thoughts. Innumerable thoughts are flowing through us. 60,000 thoughts are floating bumper to bumper. And there is no space between the thought to thought. That gap between the thoughts, that absoluteness, that truth is the Satchitananda. The Turiya is only that. The whole of spirituality is to bring into that state of pure mind. From a partial mind, can we be the mind of the God? The pure mind, the pure state of the mind, the purest consciousness, the Atma. The whole feature is only that. The mind means it is either the past and future. In the present moment, there is no mind. There is only pure soul. There is only pure heart. The heart is the nearest gate to your soul. In the whole process of meditation, it is only the cleaning of our mind. Only the cleaning of our mind. When you clean your mind, you will not become no mind. You will become the pure mind. Till such a time, the mind contains the regrets of the past, the fears of the future, the ambitions of the future. The moment you are in the state of here and now, you are with spirituality. Just imagine when all the thoughts cease, you are in that space of God. The most important thing is how to exhaust this mind. That is why Patanjali says, Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. Removal of the mental modifications is yoga. The mind is modifying continuously, and the pratyaya is something like a stone that is dropped into the pool of the silent river, and it causes ripples all across. And you cannot see your own reflection. It's because of the pratyayas. One fundamental sutra, even before Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha, Patanjali says, Atah Yoga Anushasanam. The here and now is yoga. In Brahma Sutras, Atah Brahma Jignasa. Here and now, this moment is God. That is the meaning of Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda, Sat means the truth. Whatever is happening at this particular moment, and Chit is the mind. The mind, when it is with this particular moment, it is with Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. and then you are in the state of the here and now, and you will understand for the first time what is this life. Life is just a journey. Everything changes, and the truth is here and now. In that state of here and now, to get that state of here and now is the purpose of meditation. All the samskaras, all the past residual karma will go away. But is mind bad? No. It is through the same tool. Manah eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. It can liberate you, it can create bondage. How to purify? Now, right now, we are into the wrong lifestyle, wrong understanding of our mind, wrong understanding of everything in the life. So, this is the truth, and once you know and the mind is released between the body and soul, the intellect which comes in between the instinct and intuition, then the state of divinity and godliness is possible. God bless you.